Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we are going to learn about the list. So we all know that list can be represented as shown in the below figure. My list equal to 1, 3, 4. So the first method which we are going to learn about the list is insert. So this insert method is useful for inserting the value at that particular index. So if we see here in this particular list 1, 3, 4, we are going to insert the value 1 at the index, like insert the value 2 at the index 1. So the first element which we are mentioning in this is the index, and the second element is the value which we are going to insert. So in this particular list 1, 3, 4 at the index 1, like if we consider here the index 0 value is 1 and the index 1 value is going to be 2. And the second method which we are going to learn is append. So this append is used to add a value at the end of the list. So in this list 1, 2, 3, we are going to add a value called 4. And the next method which we are going to learn is extend. So this extend is helpful for adding more than one value within a list. So the main important interview question which we are going to face in the Python interviews are like, what is the difference between the append and the extend? So in the append we can add only one value, whereas in the extend we can add more than one value. And the next method which we are going to learn is remove. So the remove method is helpful for us to remove the value. Here for example, we have two values like 1, 2, 3, 2. So 2 times the 2 is repeated. So when we want to remove the 2, it will remove the first appeared 2. So here the first appeared 2 is at the index 1, right? So it got removed and we will get the output as 1, 3, 2. And the next method which we are going to learn is pop. This pop method is helpful for removing the element from a list. So another most important interview question is, what is the difference between remove and pop? So remove is helpful for removing the particular element. So like whatever the element we want to remove, we can mention it within the brackets. Whereas the pop is helpful for removing the element at that particular index. Like for example, here we want to remove the index element of 0. So 0th indexed element is 1. So when we mention 0 here in the brackets, it will remove the element of index 1. And the output of the list will be 2, 3. And the next method which we are going to learn is clear. So this clear method in the my list is helpful for clearing of that particular list. So whenever we do my list.clear, it will remove all the elements from the list and it will return an empty list. And the next method which we are going to learn is index. So this index method is going to return us the index of that particular element. For example, here in this list 1, 2, 3, we want the index element of 2. So if we give that value in these brackets, it will give us a value 1, because if we consider this 1 is at 0th index and this 2 is at first index and 3 is at second index. So when we give the element 2, it will give us an index 1. And the next important method which we are going to learn is count. So this count method is helpful for us to count the number of times that particular element got repeated. So for example, here 2. If we consider 2, like if we mention the 2 here, so here this 2 got repeated 2 times. So in this particular list, when we use this method count by mentioning that particular value, it will return us the number of times that particular element got repeated. So here in this particular list 2 got repeated 2 times, so the count will be 2. Now we are going to learn about the method sort. So this sort method is helpful for us to sort the list elements in ascending order as well as the descending order. So by default, the sort method will help us to sort the elements in ascending order. And in order to sort the elements in descending order, we have to mention a parameter called reverse equal to true. And the next method which we are going to learn is reverse. So this reverse method is helpful for us to reverse the elements in the list. So for example, here when we give the reverse like this, my list dot reverse of, so it is helpful for us to reverse the list elements. And the next next method which we are going to learn is copy. So this copy method is helpful for us to list all the previous list elements to the new list. Next concept in the list is list comprehension. So this list comprehension is combination of the expression and the iterables. So for example, here we want to return the square of the particular list numbers. In order to do that, we can use this list comprehension. This list comprehension is going to return us the list of values. So if we look at here, x power 2, like this, if we mention the star 2 times, it will do the power. So this is the expression we have to mention in the list comprehension. And the next thing we have to mention is the iterables or the for loop, whatever is there, we can mention it in the next thing. So here we are going to print the expression evaluated values. So x power 2 for x in numbers. So this x will be given here and it is going to power all the values of this x which are getting from these numbers and it will print them. So here for example, for x in numbers we will take 1. So 1 power 2 will be 1 and 2 power 2 will be 4. So like this it will square all the numbers in this numbers list. And the next concept we are going to learn is concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but adding combining two lists. So here we have two lists 1, 2 and 3, 4. We can combine this using a symbol called plus. So this symbol is going to combine these two lists. And the next thing we are going to learn is repetition. So in list we can repeat this particular list using a symbol star or asterisk. So this will help us to repeat the lists again and again. So for example, here if we take my list as 1, 2, so when we keep asterisk into 3, so this will repeat the 1, 2 3 times. So this is brief about the list and I am going to come with more concepts. Please subscribe to my channel for the more concepts.